Hi everyone, it's Stephanie Reese, owner designer with Maureen Bradley Designs, and I am here with another video for the Jessie James Beads Design Ambassador Package. It is getting very close to the holidays, and I'm sure you're decorating and making gifts and hopefully having lots of fun and enjoying the holiday season and just living your life your best. Hang on for a second. I'm going to turn the camera around and I'll show you what I was sent. Okay, so I've turned the camera down and so that you can see. And this kit, I've emptied out the beads already because I just wanted to get right to showing you the beads. So this kit includes a bead strand in root beer. That's one of the new Pantone colors for the fall 2020-21 and 2022, I believe. Pantone strand in leprechaun. And we have the bead mix in Stone Age. That's this one here. And we have the Cha-Cha tassels in Late Bloomer. And we have an ice cream mini bead mix in root beer float. That's these beads here. Excuse me. All right. So let me get my bead mat down here. And I'll be able to show you so all the beads don't go rolling away. I got my festive table going here. All right, so first up on the list was the root beer strand, and as you can see, look at all these gorgeous, sorry I shook my table when I did that, all these gorgeous beads in the strand. It's a little bit longer strand. I'll show you the leprechaun one, and look what you get. These boho beads, and you get these faceted larger beads. This is a boho bead. Look at these, these just shimmer and shine, glisten in the light. That's a beautiful strand. And then this one is the one in leprechaun. This one has a beautiful boho bead, some glass. Oh, and look at this. This right here looks like it's a cloisonné bead. And look how it's strung on each side. So you can string it this way, sideways, or through the top and bottom. I love that. That's so fabulous. It's got some extra glass beads on it. This looks like maybe wood spacer with some bead caps. Oh, just a lovely strand. All of these are going to be available at jessiejamesbeads.com, and I'll put all the links in this video when I'm done. So the next one was, oops, I'm out of order. So we'll do the Stone Age bead mix. Let's see if I can sit down and show you without shaking the table. So there's this mix. Oh, these are some resin shell beads that are just absolutely gorgeous. And oh, look at these ceramic beads. Larger holes, you can maybe fit leather through them. And then look, these are some large hole wood beads, again perfect for leather. And then, gosh, these look like they might be stone. They're a little bit heavier, but they're gorgeous. Look at that. The color in them is just beautiful. It works perfectly with the wood. And here's some faceted cubes. These are great. They shimmer with the light. And I just love the metal that Jessie James Beads throws in. Look at that. The squares. These are going to just, this mix is just beautiful. this is interesting. Look at that shimmer on the side. It's almost like it's buffed a little bit, and I'm not sure if it's metal. I think it might be like a really lightweight metal, aluminum. I don't see a line in it, so I don't think it's acrylic. So I think it's a lightweight aluminum, and look at how that just shines in the light. I love that. And then here are some little crystal metal rounds that shimmer as well. I love the opaque and the light when it hits it. So pretty. And then this is a faceted oblong, or maybe round or flat. It's flat on each side. And when I say faceted, that means that the glass is cut at an angle so that when the light hits it, it shimmers. And then the side has an opaque cut to it. And then here's a couple bead caps. There's those in brass. Love the brass and copper together. That's pretty too. These are some heavier rondelle spacer beads. Beautiful. So that was the Color Trends bead mix in Stone Age. Again, available on the jessijamesbeads.com website. And then we have these cha-cha tassels. These are so pretty. I love these in earrings, but I recently saw that someone had made these, and they put them together like that, and they attached them so that they were, that they were like almost like a, you string it to something and it just becomes like a little bonbon or ruffle in a bracelet or a necklace. So pretty. Those are the cha-cha tassels in Late Bloomer. All right, the last mix I received is this ice cream mini bead mix in Root Beer Float. And just because it's an ice cream mini bead mix, don't let that fool you. These are perfect for fall and winter designs, not just for summer. So I love this color. I'm going to dump it out so you can see it. But I think all these tones are just beautiful together. They have a little bit of shimmer of green. Look, that's going to go perfectly with the leprechaun strand. See that? Put this back. See how that pulls out the, I don't know if you can see that in the light. I'll hold it up closer. You can see that maybe there's some green in there. And green and brown is just beautiful together. Perfect for this time of year. So those are glass. And then here's some teardrops. These beautiful. These are faceted cut teardrops. A little bit larger in size. And then these are some acrylic beads in opaque rosy brown. Love that color. And here is a couple more. We saw these in the bead strand. You get a couple more. I got a couple more in there. So pretty. They just shimmer in the light. You get that shiny and faceted. Just, oh, it's just gorgeous. And then here's some shiny teardrops too in a brown. Almost like a, I'm trying to think of the name of that stone. What's it called? Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't remember the name of that stone right now. But that's what it reminds me of. It's a gemstone. Can't remember it. It's been a busy day already. And so here's some, these are acrylic beads, but they're so cool because they have a round pattern in them. Sort of like a swirl. Those are really pretty. Two more of these. It's like they have an AB, Aurora Borealis finish on them. That's what AB means. And it has this opalescent look to it. Those are opaque glass. And we have these beautiful brown faceted cut rondelles. They're a little bit larger. And then I love these cage beads with the crystals in them. Those are so pretty in necklaces or bracelets as dangles. And I love these. There's one more. I love these little crystal rounds. They go perfectly in necklaces or bracelets, even earrings. All right, we're getting down to it. Look at these beautiful bead caps. Those are awesome. So awesome. Those are tiny, tiny, tiny square beads. Cool bead caps. And these are these tiny rondelles. These shimmer too in the light. Look at that. Yeah. Okay. And then here's some hearts. They have, oh, they're top drilled. So the little wire goes through the top. That's cool. And here are some, these are tiny rectangle beads that the hole goes through the top and bottom of the rectangle. I love those. This has some really delicate pieces in it, so you could make some delicate necklaces or even bracelets. Beautiful finish on this silver beads. Round with a hammered look. And then we have all these metal. This is a lot of metal in it. So nice. I love that. Some little tiny rondelle, little crystal rondelles. And this one, real tiny. So you can make something delicate. Some delicate earrings, some delicate, a delicate bracelet, or even just like a simple necklace. So beautiful. And look at all these little tiny, tiny, tiny squares. Square beads. These are really neat. All right. Get those in there. And then last but not least, these are little potato chip spacer beads. And they fit next to your bead so that you can create texture and space. I like to make them look like that, where they go back to back and with a bead on each side. I think that's so cool. So that is my package from Jesse James Beads. That's everything here. And one of the things I was wanting to play with today is a little thing. I've been thinking about how you can create, excuse me, how you can create a pendant using some of these beautiful beads that they've sent. So one of the thoughts I had that we would play with, I've just been practicing. I'm not a master wire worker or anything, but I've been practicing, and I made this little swirl. And I love like swirls and flourishes, and I've just been looking at them and trying to dream up my own thing that I could create a pendant with, so I can use beads to also create a pendant. So one of the things I started to do was let's see, hopefully you can see this. Yes, okay. So one of the things I was playing with here is, I call it like scrolling or making flourishes. And one of the popular ones that I see is this one here. And I see it almost everywhere. I see it in architecture. I see it in, trims. It's almost like a modified fleur-de-lis, I guess it's called. I also see this type of scrolling or swirling. And then one of the other ones I like too is this. It's kind of like an S. And I had been practicing when I make my ornaments for the 25 ornaments of Christmas here. I had been making my own wire hooks and using this same type of S hook for a hook, but it could also be a really cool pendant, I think. So I thought I would try and show you how we could make a little pendant for using these beads. These beads are beautiful. And it's also a really cool way to like showcase these beautiful larger beads. They just are just so gorgeous. So let me see, I guess I can leave that there, and I'll leave that there for you to look at. So one of the things I did, this is a 6.5 inch piece of 18 gauge wire. This is Bead-A-Lawn Colorcraft wire in 18 gauge is what I'm using, and I'm using silver. So I cut about 6.5 inches long, and I'm just straightening it out with my nylon pliers. And it's just fun to practice and maybe make a little something. So let's see if I can make it again. Okay, so I went about halfway and I grabbed the wire like so, and I want to go around the larger bail on my bail making pliers. So I'm going to go like this, and I'm going all the way around to create sort of a round or teardrop. And I didn't get it quite halfway, but hopefully that'll be all right. So that's the first part. And then the second thing I did was I came back around on the next second to largest round on the bail making pliers, and I made these other 2 loops on each side. Excuse me. So to do that, I flip my bail making pliers around, and I put it right in between, and as you can see, I'm just a little bit up from the other long wire, and I want to bring it around so it is in the same line with this other one. And once you're there, you're going to flip or turn, your pliers around, and then just gently guide the wire up straight, and then take it off. So that's where we're at. And then I believe I flipped it and did the same thing. So I take my bail making pliers and turn them down for the second largest round. Again, I didn't go all the way down to the wire, I just went a little ways down. And I'm going to bring this side all the way down so that it's in the same line as that. And then I'm rotating my pliers and bringing this one up again. And then I'm just flattening everything like so. Then to finish, I made loops on each side. And I guess the more you do it, the better it gets. So I think in my drawing I went the other way, but I really liked going outward. So again, I'm coming up on this, it's the second to the smallest round on the bail making pliers. And I'm going to take my round and I'm going to come around like so. Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to shake the table. And then I want to flip my bail making pliers up. Goodness. And I think I might be okay to where I can cut it. So I want to cut it right about there. Oops. And I want it to be flush. So I'll do that. So I get that wire out of the way and hold the wire so you don't get it flying off. And then we can take our smallest bail making and just bring that wire around. And if you have needle nose pliers, you can gently guide that back into place there. All right, now if I can do the other side, somewhat similar, we'll be good. We'll have made it. Okay, so I've got the second to the smallest round on the bail making pliers. And again, I'm not going all the way down to the loop. I'm just a little bit up on it. And I'm bringing it around. There we go. I think I went too far, but that's okay. It's practice, right? So I'm going to cut it about right there, holding my wire so it doesn't fly away. And we can always bring this back up and bring it around so that it matches. And then I think I want to flatten it first, and then I'm gently pushing it in so we don't put any marks on the wire. And then if you have a hammer, you can always flatten it too. A mallet or in the metal block. So there we go. Oops. To take this, it might be better with my other. Get all my tools. I can just bring it in just a little bit. There we go. I'm going to bring this one back just a little bit. There we go. And then on this one, I extended it out a little bit. So I did like that. And I still want my loops at the top to be bent back just a little bit. There we go. There we go. And then take these and sort of bring them in a little bit as you're bringing it out. There we go. And then you have a simple pendant where you can connect your necklace. And then I just wanted to show you how I would attach the beads on it really quick. So I'm picking out the ice cream root beer mini bead mix root beer float, and I'm just going to dump it out again. And I think I want something like this. These teardrops is what caught my eye, and I might use this. And let's see, what else do I have here? I know I'll do another one here, another rondelle here. And you know what? These are so pretty. These round crystals. I'm going to use one of those. Here we go. On the top of that for some sparkle with the sparkly rondelles. And then I need something. Do these fit? Oh, look at that. Well, I wonder, you know what? I bet if I pressed into it, it would fit just perfect. Oh my gosh, it fits perfect. Okay, I'll do that. And that. And look, we can do a potato chip bead on this one. And a little brown rondelle there. And then what can we do on top of these? Maybe we'll do the little tiny squares to get some dark brown in there. Maybe that'll work. Okay, there we go. All right. So I'm not going to do it here, but before I would attach anything, I would put this on a metal block and I would just give it a little hammer to flatten it out. But for this purpose, we can go ahead. It's all one piece, like so. And I'm just going to grab this one and make sure it's, yep. Okay. And I'm going to grab some head pins. These are larger ball head pins, and I love using these. Actually, I'm going to turn this up so it fits on top of the teardrop like so. I love that. There's that. And then I'm just going to bend that over. Give this a little trim. Hold on to the stem so it doesn't fly away. And I'm just curling the wire forward. Oops. There we go. And then I'm just going to open forward, never side to side, always forward. And I'm just going to slip that little charm on, if it will let me. Okay. It's not cooperating. Come on. It wants to go on. I know it does. All right, there we go. And then we're just tucking in to make sure it's closed all the way. And I always check to make sure my wire's straight. And I didn't get it closed all the way. There we go. So there's one of the dangles. And then I'm going to make a second one with the bead cap. These are gorgeous. And this beautiful. And you can just kind of push. Oops, I pushed too hard. Okay. That slipped out of my hand, but we'll just straighten the wire. I pushed too hard. Okay, there we go. And then I'm slipping on the rondelle and the little square. Oops. And I'm just going to give the wire a trim so I can make my loop, holding on to a little stem there. I'm rolling that wire around to the other side. I bent a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to open top to bottom and slide this one, slide this one on. Bead slipped up. Gotta hold the bead down, and it's on there. And I'm closing the loop from side to side, straightening it out. There's one part of the teardrop. And then I only needed 3, but I took out like, I don't know how many. I didn't need that many. 1 second while I put the rest of these back. There we go. Now let's see if I can put this in here without pushing too hard. If you slightly push down, that bead will fit inside that beautiful bead cap, the little flowery bead cap. And then there's the rondelle and a square bead. And I'm pushing down and pushing down the, and I'm going to give this a little trim. holding on to the stem so it doesn't fly away. And then I'm going to roll that. I always roll it away from me. I don't know why. But there we go. Rolling it forward to make a loop, closing it shut. And then we're going to open it to the front and slide the other one onto this other loop of our pendant. Close it, gently give it a little tug. And now you have this beautiful pendant that's ready for some beautiful beads. You can mix them. I love that. I'll leave this here. With these ice cream mini mixes and these color trend mixes, you can mix and match. You don't have to have all monochromatic. So when it's all one color, shades of the brown, that's called monochromatic. But if you look at the color wheel, you can go to Jessie James Beads website and pull in other colors that you love. Don't feel like you're limited to just the root beer float mix. You can go and pull in other colors that would look equally as beautiful and make just a beautiful piece. Make your own pendant. This could even work as an earring component where you would maybe fold both of these, or you could add jump rings and make it into an earring. So don't feel like you're limited in any way. You can get different mixes and make your own. That's what I love to do anyway. I love to go and shop and pull different mixes that I think go wonderfully together. So that's all I had for you today. I hope that you're having a wonderful day, a wonderful holiday season, and I hope to see you in January of 2022. Happy holidays and Happy New Year. Thank you.